What is going down? Merry Saturday, one and all. Welcome back to Arrow's Grand Prix. We are on a bit of a roll still. Again, it's a very much a steady as she goes kind of scenario. I'm going to hire us some mechanics while I waffle onwards. We really have consolidated our position very, very nicely, and it should, in theory, be relatively plain sailing here on in. I'm very, very happy to note that we've been able to start picking up pole positions, something which we've always struggled with historically. We also have been able to start attracting the absolute highest paying sponsors in the game. We've been getting guarantees all over the place. Our partnership with Ford continues. They've been a very reliable and positive partner for us, and that continues. We've got a guarantee for fuel from Mobile One. We've guarantees all over the place. It's just the best. In terms of negotiations, we're working hard now on picking up Castrol and Zepter, and that should complete our sponsorship package for the coming season. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So we have 55% working on that. Let me see if we've how we've divided everything else. We've got 10% working on hospitality. That makes sense. It's 25, 55. How have we got 85 working on sponsorship? Where are the others? %85 on cash sponsors apparently. Because we're chasing the bonuses. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm gonna drop down to 5% on each of these things for the moment, just so we can chase some more exciting opportunities up in here. We don't really have time to go after any of these things, so I think actually it's not really worth it. I put 10% on getting the fan club cash, but we don't really need it. So we'll put 10% each on those, and I'll bring this up to 30%. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. Moving over to get down to business, we've got some testing to run, but again, the test program now is it's so microscopically important that we could get away without running it really and save some cash, but we don't need to save cash. And again, this is we should never forget or take this for granted. This has been a cumulative effect over the years, and even after we were winning championships, we weren't quite at the level that we are now, where we could chase the big sponsors and get all the guarantees that we wanted. It just wasn't happening, but we've now been able to sort of tip that balance. Now, if we'd been winning championships as a team that starts higher up at the beginning of the game, we probably would have been able to, but you've got to sort of build up your infrastructure, build up your capacities, and build up your reputation within the sport. And there's no doubting now that we are kings of the proverbial hill. We have a C-Spec 2005 car currently in the CFD simulation phase. We're putting together a new front wing package. We're also developing many technologies, such as a reliability upgrade for our clutch. Technology is not amazing, but it's looking a lot better than it was earlier in the season, and it's good that we've been able to continue to improve upon that. All our stuff is as evolutioned as it's going to be, and when we enter next season, we're going to be fundamentally unstoppable, is my evaluation of it. I think I'm going to go out on a limb actually and say I'm willing to go on record and say that we will now win every championship every year through till the end of the game. So all we've got to do is decide who we want winning. 2005, I believe, 2006 even, is the final season of Pedro Diniz's contract. I think we're probably going to keep him because it's Pedro. Fisichella is replaced by Wurtz on a 2-season deal, which will take him through till the end of the game, I believe. Actually, no, I think we only signed him on a 1-season deal. Let's see. Oh, no. 2006-2007, 2-season deal, which means 2008 we can replace Wurtz with a younger driver, should we wish. Carl Eisen is still on the verge of leaving the... oh no, he's gone to McLaren because we didn't hoover him up in time, but that's fine. Let's pick up somebody else. Let's see who we can find here. American test driver, a 37-year-old British guy, a 36-year-old British guy. I'm gonna say let's take the American. Why not? Why the devil not? We'll take him on a 1-season test deal, and we'll see how he comes along. You know, we're in a position now where we can help people. Let's give the Americans a leg up, get them some drivers in the sport. Why not? There's not really much for us to do now. We've covered the sort of State of the Union address, if you will. I'm going to keep us at 215 miles of testing, because why not? Not really any reason not to. We will boost the Forschung testing, again because we can. Let's see what effect that had. Yeah, we're making such great progress, guys. I'm totally stoked. Apparently we have an upgrade to construct, which doesn't seem right to me. What is missing? It's because the driver aid is theoretically ready. Yeah, we're still completely unable to develop anything, but we don't need the designers working on anything else, so let's just keep trying. We'll keep trying. The cars wear very, very nicely, actually, which again reflects the build quality that's gone into them, and the skill of the drivers. The mechanical sympathy on show has been consistently strong, actually, the last 2 seasons. We're going to top up our spare parts store, and then we're going to continue to press on towards the inevitable Pedro Diniz World Championship, which is good. I'm really pleased, actually, that he's going to be a double world champion. We've got 50% of our construction staff available, just doing nothing. We're just paying them to hang around, really. I'm going to continue leaving everyone as they are. I know Fisichella still has trouble finishing races, but I don't want to handicap him any more than we arguably already have. So we'll give them an equal setup as well. I had hoped to see them running much closer together after the start of the season, where they were very closely matched, but Fisichella just seems to have had the lion's share of the reliability problems, and he's also been a little bit sloppy at times. Yeah, we'll complain about the servo brakes. Why not? Okay, off to Germany. 27 degrees and dry. Strong winds for qualification. Everyone is set up as we wish for them to be. Let's see if we can continue our recent good run. See if we can't pick ourselves up a cheeky little bit of a pole position. Oh, close. Close, but we didn't. Alexander Wurtz continues his frankly astonishing run of form in qualifying, taking pole position for Ferrari on a 1:41.973. Fisichella taking second for Arrows on a 1:42.015, ahead of Mika Häkkinen's McLaren. David Coulthard's McLaren lines up fourth. Johnny Herbert's Jordan takes 5th, and Michael Schumacher will be starting from 6th in his Williams. Bad qualifying for Pedro Diniz. I guess the soft tyre is the wrong one to be on here. Outqualified by a Benetton and a Sauber to start from 10th position. Again, the Prosts and the Stewarts are the losers. 24 degrees, cloudy for racing. Actually, he's on the hard tyre, so we will do a 23-22 no drama special with Fisichella. If he actually finishes, the win could be his here. It seems the hard tyre is the right one to be on anyway, but the fact that he's starting from 2nd on the grid and he only has to make 1 stop, it's all in his favour, really. Diniz, it's all about the recovery drive. He's almost certain to be the world champion this season. I think he's going to do a pretty solid job, but let's see. It's always dangerous to speak too soon. Boom. Giancarlo Fisichella takes the win. His first win in quite a while, actually. On the 121.43.427, teammate Pedro Diniz taking 2nd on a 121.59.885. Not as many 1-2s this season as I'd have hoped for, but that's good news for us. That opens up again a huge gap in the Constructors' Championship that we really don't need to worry about. Celso Moreira has a strong recovery drive as well, going from 9th to 3rd in his Ferrari on a 122.19.252, so well down the road from both our cars, but nevertheless, excellent performance. David Coulthard takes 4th, ahead of Mika Hakkinen in 5th, and Johnny Herbert takes 6th for Jordan. Smashing. In the Drivers' Championship, Fisichella leapfrogs Michael Schumacher to return to 3rd position. He's still 10 points behind Alexander Wurz, who is a tiny speck in the rearview mirror of Pedro Diniz, who's storming away to his 2nd World Championship. In the Constructors, we have 113 points to Ferrari's micro-penis equivalent 53. Williams closing the gap there to 2 points, though, so it's still all to play for 2nd in the Constructors, but first a little bit out of reach. And goddamn, that's a handsome car down there in the corner. Right. And we can again hire more staff if we want. We're spending a lot of money, but it's fine. We don't need to hire more construction staff, actually, or mechanics, or designers. Actually, we don't need... Yeah, we just don't. Just don't. The C-Spec car will now go through into the modelling phase, so let's make that a thing that's happened. We'll run testing straight off the bat. Kaboom. And kaboom. That should finish up our driver aid. Again, nothing's happening. Let's see if we can't get an active suspension level 5 system. Maybe we just don't have luck in those 2 areas. We have a technology upgrade, which we're going to deploy. I'm going to increase the performance of our electronic systems. That might help us. I mean, it covers things like your launch controls, so it might actually help us with the race starts. It might help us a little bit with qualifying as well, actually, if you're ensuring that the power is deployed correctly. Right then, nothing really left to do except gloat and look smug and repair the cars and then travel everything to Hungary, dominate, embarrass our enemies, and then return home for tea and biscuits. In Sponsorland, we have completed a deal with Castrol, but we missed out on another deal with Zepter, which is unfortunate, but again, we've got 4 rounds to turn it around. We've got a TV Advantage card as well that we can play. Let's see, we've got all the guarantees there. We're getting close to guarantees on these deals. Man, this is sexy stuff. Taking a look at next year's car, we have 1 slot left to sell, and we're just racking up the bonuses. So there's your overview. Our relationship with Goodyear isn't fantastic, but it doesn't matter. We've got to deal with them regardless. Murano pouring 30.2 million into the team. That's an increase from Playlife's 28 million. Year on year, our budget is actually a little bit lower until we complete the next deal. That is surprising, actually, and I'm wondering why that is. Let's do a quick side-by-side comparison. So we're actually getting 500,000 less from Mobil, and we're getting nearly 500,000 less from Ford. So that offsets some of the difference. But also we're missing an extra sponsor. So I think year on year we will have a small budgetary increase, and we won't really be able to top it up anymore unless we switch to a higher paying engine supplier, which we may very well do, actually. Let me think. Yeah, once we get the bonuses in, we'll be good. And then next season, I guess we can start thinking about making a switch at the conclusion of our next engine deal, which I think we're on a 2-season deal, actually, are we? Yes, we are. 2-season deal with Ford, which means for the final season, we could actually switch to a different power unit. We could also challenge ourselves. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever won with a customer engine deal. Or a partner engine deal, actually. I don't think I've won a championship with a partner. So we could set ourselves the challenge, if you guys are interested, of winning with Mechachrome power or winning with Mugen Honda power. Actually, I think I might have won a championship with Mugen Honda. I'm not sure. Have a think. Let me know down below if you guys fancy that. But what we can do is go for 2 rookie drivers and a new engine. Maybe a non-works engine deal. And see if we can't win the 2008 championship just on the pure engineering brilliance that we've put together in terms of the rest of the team. We have upgraded and repaired and polished and stuck and loaded into trucks, so it'd be rude not to go racing, really. Let's go do that. In terms of setup, I'm going to favour Diniz because why not? Fisichella's leaving anyway. Off to Hungary we go. Hungary for more points. 29 degrees and cloudy for your qualification session. Still no pole. Slipping back. We need a new upgrade package. That should tip us over the edge, I would hope. Alexander Wurz takes another pole position for Ferrari, and Juan Pablo Montoya will line up second in his Jordan, a mere 10th behind. Pedro Diniz takes third for our good selves. Johnny Herbert will line up fourth in the second Jordan. The second Ferrari of Celso Moriera will take 5th position, ahead of Giancarlo Fisichella. 28 degrees and light rain for race day, which should help one Mr. Diniz achieve his dreams. I think we'll do a 39-38 with Fisichella, and we'll do a 2-stop with Diniz so he can run a little bit lighter on the fuels. Smash it. Well, someone did their job. Wow, Giancarlo Fisichella takes the win on a 152.04086, ahead of Michael Schumacher's Williams, and John Alace's Sauber rounding out your top 3. Eddie Irvine, Johnny Herbert and Johnny Newhouse take the final points paying positions. Fisichella lapping everyone up to and including Eddie Irvine in 4th position. Hydraulic failure took our beloved Pedro Diniz out of the competition, but it does allow Fisichella to close the gap in the drivers. He returns to 2nd position, albeit a joint 2nd position with Alexander Wurz on 44 points apiece. Pedro Diniz obviously not gaining any points there. In the constructors, 123 points is our new score. Williams move up to 2nd in the constructors on 60 points, ahead of Ferrari on 53. McLaren trail on a mere 33 points. Let's have a quick look at sponsors, and we will press onwards. I'm going to drop the success card we just earned on the MasterCard deal. And who's paying us more here? PIAA or... Yeah, PIAA get the TV deal. We've now completed, or almost completed, a sponsor package for next year, so that will be good. Still no fan club, but whatever, we need the money. I know our cash is going down quite dramatically right now, but that's fine. It's all part of the master plan. And speaking of the master plan, guys, I hope you have an amazing Saturday evening. Crack open a beer for me. Watch the US Grand Prix live if that is an option for you. And yeah, kick back. We will talk again later today or tomorrow. I'm off now to record some other stuff that isn't Grand Prix World because I feel that we've been Grand Prix Worlding a hell of a lot. And while that's not a bad thing, variety is, of course, the spice of life. The Sauber playthrough over on twitch.tv will get an episode this weekend too, if that's of interest to you. Otherwise, just have fun. Catch you later. Bye-bye.